How do you start to tap into this power inside of us to take our internal life and have it now match what our external experience is? Yeah. I want to become better at the synchronicity awareness. I want this in my life. And so I'm a real believer in the power of this. I've experienced it. And what I'm on a mission, though, is to demystify these things and the research so that even somebody that's analytical, because I find that a lot of people who get stuck, myself included, tend to get very right about how stuck they are and very analytical about their stuckness. We're going to take a short break. And when we come back, Dr. Myers is going to help us tap into synchronicity. So let's go there, because I think we all buy the fact that we're energetically connected, and there are these incredible links between us, between our thoughts and the things that we want to see come true in the world. Yeah. And we have to be willing to see them. But if we've proven that point, that you have the ability to find these really meaningful connections in your life, and that you have the ability to turn synchronicity into a tool so you experience more goosebump moments, and so that your internal world starts to get reflected in the world that you see around you, how do you start to tap into this? What's step number one?
So the really cool thing is, once you start down this path and once you start to see synchronicity, it becomes abundant. It's around you at every point. You see it everywhere.
So how do you start?
So here are the tools, and here are some actionable items. Again, it's quieting the mind, just as we did, just to begin to see these connections. Notice patterns. So in my research, a lot of folks talk about synchronicity comes in 3s or 4s or 5, 2s, but there's a pattern. There is an interconnecting event that links to one another.
So is one tool in those moments to go, this is happening for a reason, and actually claim that something magical is starting to happen?
Yeah.
It sounds like a huge part of this, Dr. Myers, is being willing to label these moments as this is happening for a reason. That there's this courage or this confidence that you need to start to cultivate, that, that life is happening for you. And I like to say there are signs all around you if you're awake enough to see them. And those signs get bigger and brighter and louder if you start calling them out and thanking them. We recently moved here to Southern Vermont, and, I'm this podcast I've launched in partnership with Stitcher and SXM Media. They do all the ad sales for it. And so I was in New York, and I met Lizzie, who's one of the executives at SXM Media, and she's freaking amazing. And we literally look alike, and we just hit it off immediately. She's like, so where do you live? And I tell her, and she's like, oh my God, my best friend just moved there from Palm Springs. And now he and his husband are great friends of ours. And so for me, that's a synchronicity moment. It's not a coincidence that they moved here. I'm meant to know these two. Yeah. I'm meant to know Josh and David, and so are Chris, right now at this moment in my life.
There's a reason.
Yes, but I think the magic is in calling it out and being willing to believe that there's a reason. Yeah. That's kind of what I'm getting from this, that if you're to tap into this power, you have to be open that the power exists. And you got to be brave enough to call it when it's happening, because that's where the magic comes in, is in noticing the goosebumps, calling out the connection, believing that there is this force for good that is trying to guide you in the right direction. And you got to wake your ass up and start to pay attention to it.
And trust it.
And trust it.
Yeah, that there is, and this is the spiritual connection. And again, all you think about, well, this is how prayers can be answered. This is how things in the spiritual world, in the universe, in the larger universe, the source, or, your higher self.
Well, I think for people that don't believe in a higher power, not only do you have the physics, but I think when it comes to common sense, you've experienced moments in your life where your life is aligned with your values, your purpose, the right energy, things get into a flow state. You have experienced moments like that in your life. And you've also experienced moments in your life where there's tremendous resistance and friction and frustration, and everything feels like a grind, and like you're just it's harder than it needs, and you're just, ugh. One of our daughters is in a job like that right now, where she just, ugh. And so you can also think about this in terms of alignment. Like when your life is out of alignment, you can feel it. And you can feel that you're surrounded by the wrong person, or excuse me, you can feel that you're surrounded by the wrong people, or you're in the wrong relationship, or at the wrong job. And then there are those moments where things are aligned with who you are as a person. And what that tells me when somebody's in alignment in their decisions and their actions is that they are honestly like kind of tapped into this synchronicity, because what they're feeling on the inside is matching the experience on the outside. And so I think whether you come at this from physics or common sense, or you come at it from spirituality, there is no denying that we have all experienced these moments that you can't quite explain. These moments where you know there is something magic that is existing here.
Yeah.
Something crazy. Like even on this podcast, we hired our executive producer, Andrea, and it wasn't until she came on, and she had been, producing massive shows for like Gayle King and Andy Cohen, and had been at Sirius for a very long time, super experienced woman, that we realized, oh my God, we worked together 15 years ago. We literally, when she got her first job in radio, I had this tiny little call-in show, and she worked on it. And now here we are 15 years later, launching this together, and she's running the whole thing. And so to me, that was a synchronicity moment, because there is something that is meant to be happening. And for me personally, when I tap into that belief, that faith, if you will, whether it's a higher power or energy or alignment or physics, that makes me more confident. Yeah. It's like creating your own mile markers on the path of life. Every single time I see one of those, I'm like, okay, I get it. I'm on the right path. So do you think synchronicity moments are there because they are lighting the path and signaling what direction you should head in? It's almost like a reward from the universe or from the future you that you're on the right path? Yeah.
And if you just go through and think, oh, it's just a coincidence. No. It's not going to bring you on that path. If you start to think, oh my gosh, these are meaningful. These synchronistic events, these people, things that are coming at the right place, again, coming together in time, at the right place, at the right time. It is, as you say, a guidepost for, where intuitively where you should go.
Have you ever had something random happen in your life that is so incredible, it gives you goosebumps, you cannot explain it, but this is not just a coincidence. This was meant to happen. Well, what if I told you you could learn how to encounter more of these right time at the right place type of moments in your life?